God says, Archangel Michael says, listen now, because time is not stretching endlessly in front of you the way you think it does. The window that heaven opens for you is a thin one, trembling on its hinges, and it is closing even as these words are arriving at you. It is an emergency. A great weight in the unseen world is shifting, and the echo of it is about to crash into your life like a wave. God says that a big tragedy is trying to walk toward you, but it has not yet reached you, and you are still in the place where you can be warned. You are still in the place where the angels can stand between you and it. Archangel Michael says he has been standing at the threshold of your house, wings spread wide, sword of light drawn, crying out in a voice only your soul can hear, asking you not to delay anymore, asking you to open your eyes and receive this before the seconds run away. You think you have time, but you do not have time. You think you can wait until later, but later is a door that will not open. Heaven is pressing this message into you now because your tears have already been counted and your prayers have already been gathered, and this is the moment when the answer is trying to arrive. God says, the tragedy is not inevitable if you listen. The tragedy is like a shadow on the ground before the storm. It is a thing that can be scattered by the light if you turn quickly enough, but if you delay, the shadow will stretch and the weight will become real. Archangel Michael says, this is not to frighten you but to wake you, to jolt you into a holy awareness, because you have been chosen to receive this warning and this rescue at the same time. The clock is ticking invisibly in the realm of spirit, and it shows 35 seconds, not because of literal seconds but because of how narrow the opening is. The angels are shouting, hurry, hurry, do not scroll, do not close your heart, do not delay your prayer. God says, He has already sent the people you need, He has already prepared the escape route, but you must open it with your belief and your words now. You must trust that what looks like coincidence is actually His hand. You must trust that what feels like chaos is actually a hidden plan trying to break through to you. Archangel Michael says, I have been with you in every quiet night when you felt the weight of the world pressing on your chest. I have been the unseen presence when you woke up at 3:33 and thought you were alone. I have stood at your door and watched as forces that did not love you tried to circle your life, and I have raised my sword but could not act without your permission. This is why we are pleading now. This is why this message says, open quickly or you'll cry desperately. Not because heaven wants to make you afraid, but because heaven wants to keep you from reaching that cry. God says, He is still your shelter, He is still your refuge, but He wants you to take this moment seriously, to pray even now as you read, to say under your breath, God, I receive your protection, God, I receive your warning, God, I open the door of my heart. And as you say it, a new wind begins to blow. Archangel Michael says, you have not been forgotten. You have not been left alone in the dust. You have not been ignored. Every time you whispered, help me, the sound came to heaven. Every time you felt small and invisible, the angels wrote it down. That is why today, in this strange and trembling moment, you are receiving words that feel like they are running out of time. Heaven has no panic, but heaven feels the urgency of what is about to break in your life and wants to move you out of the way. God says, there is a way out, there is a blessing coming even in the middle of this warning, but it must be received with your full attention, not half attention, not later, but now. Archangel Michael says, close your eyes for a moment even as you read, whisper a yes to heaven, whisper a yes to God, and feel the shift begin. God says, this is the first wave of His message, a stream that will continue to flow, because you asked for it, because you have been hungry for it, because your heart has been searching. This is not the end of what He wants to tell you but the opening. More is coming as you keep reading. Archangel Michael says, every line you read is a feather falling from his wings onto your life. Every word is a drop of light falling into the dark corners you thought would never be lit. Keep reading, keep receiving, because the more you take in the less power the tragedy has. Heaven has always had more power than the darkness, but heaven waits for your yes. God says, listen, chosen soul, there is a trembling in the heavens tonight that reaches even into the quiet corners of your room, a trembling that carries a warning so urgent that Archangel Michael himself has bent low over the edge of eternity to whisper into your life. Michael's voice is not a voice of fear but of protection, but protection only comes when the one being warned decides to hear. He is saying it's an emergency. A big tragedy has been moving closer and closer like a shadow at the edge of a candle's light. This is not a parable, this is not a test, this is the living breath of God speaking to you now through words you are reading. Do not delay anymore. The spiritual clock is already counting down. The message you are holding is alive. It vibrates with the light of heaven. It will not wait forever. You can feel it in your chest right now, that sudden pressure of knowing. God is saying, my child, I am not punishing you, I am warning you because I love you. There is a door you are about to step through, and on the other side of that door something waits. If you open this message fully, if you let it into your heart, you will not be caught in the tragedy, you will be lifted above it. This is why Michael is standing at your side even as you read. Archangel Michael is crying your name in the courts of heaven. He is a warrior angel, but even warriors can weep when they see someone precious standing at the edge of danger. You have felt restless lately. You have felt like something unseen was brushing against your life. That was not imagination. That was the edge of what is coming. Michael says, tell them it's an emergency. Tell them there is no more time for delay. He says you have 35 seconds in the language of heaven, which is to say the moment is immediate, it is now, it is not later. He says open the message not only with your eyes but with your spirit, because only then will you be given the instruction to walk out of the shadow and into safety. God says, I have always been with you, I have counted every tear you have shed, and I will not let the enemy's plan succeed if you cling to me now. You will not cry desperately if you obey. You will see a miracle if you choose to believe. You have been noticing signs, numbers repeating, dreams that leave you unsettled, strangers saying odd things. These were not coincidences. These were the first tremors of heaven trying to get your attention. God says, "My beloved, the world you see with your eyes is not all there is. Beneath it, currents of decisions, words, and hidden actions move. Someone somewhere has been weaving threads meant to trap you, but their net will break if you hear me now." This is why this message is coming like fire across your screen. Archangel Michael says he has already drawn his sword on your behalf. He is standing at the crossroads of your life. One road leads to pain you cannot yet imagine. The other leads to a breakthrough that will make you weep with gratitude. You are at the fork right now. That's why the words feel heavy, why your heart is beating faster as you read. Heaven is leaning close. God says, do not think this is some distant prophecy meant for someone else. This is for you. Michael has not left your side for days. He has been trying to arrange circumstances, to nudge you, to shield you. But your free will is your shield's clasp. It opens or closes based on your yes or no. He says, tell them not to delay. Tell them not to scroll away. Tell them not to treat this lightly. Tell them to pray now, even under their breath, even if it's just a whisper. Tell them to say, God, I am listening. God, I open my heart. God, show me what to do. Because when you say those words, the tragedy loses its grip. Heaven intervenes. The clock stops. A new road opens. This is why Michael has ordered this message to reach you now. God says, my beloved, I have stored blessings for you that will explode into your life once you step out of the trap. But you cannot receive them until you make the choice to trust me right now. The wind of God's Spirit is moving over you as you read. You may even feel chills or a warmth or a pressure on your shoulders. That is not your imagination. That is Michael's wings wrapping around you. He has been authorized to touch you because the moment is that critical. You are not alone. The thing that was meant to crush you will be turned into a platform for your rising. The person who plotted against you will be exposed. The secret that was hidden will come into the light. The sudden loss that was planned will become sudden gain. But you must not turn away from this moment. God says, I am telling you the truth, this message carries my breath. It will vanish like a cloud if you treat it like just another word. But if you treat it like a lifeline, you will step into safety. Archangel Michael says he sees the timeline stretching out ahead. He sees two versions of your future. In one, you are weeping because you did not listen. In the other, you are testifying because you did. The difference is what you do right now. The words you speak. The prayer you pray. This is not superstition. This is spiritual law. The door is open for a brief time. God says, my beloved, I am calling you back into prayer. I am calling you back into trust. The tragedy is averted when the one in danger takes my hand. Take my hand now. And as you take it, listen quietly in your heart for the next instruction. Because Michael is going to show you a sign. It may be a name, a number, a sudden message, a dream tonight. It will confirm that what you are reading is not random. You will know it is me. You will know it is heaven. You will know you are protected. You will begin to see the threads of the trap unraveling. People who meant you harm will start to reveal themselves without you asking. Phone calls will be exposed. Secrets will surface. Money that was hidden from you will come out. Love that was kept away from you will return. This is the promise tied to this warning. God says you are still my child. No matter what you have done or failed to do, you are still mine. The enemy cannot have you. The tragedy cannot touch you if you remain under my covering. But I cannot force you. That is why Michael's voice sounds urgent. That is why you feel like this message is alive. Because it is alive. It is heaven trying to reach you before the clock runs out. Open it fully now. Whisper your prayer now. Do not wait. God says, listen to me, chosen one, before the sound of this world drowns out my voice, before the distraction of men steals from you the most important words you will ever hear. Archangel Michael stands with a flaming sword at the edge of your life even now, not to harm you but to guard you, to shield you, to warn you that something is moving closer than you realize. It is an emergency, not because I wish to frighten you but because I wish to awaken you. A big tragedy is coming your way if you do not pay attention. These words will vanish like breath on a mirror if you hesitate. You must read them, you must open your heart, you must allow your spirit to be stirred. For 35 seconds can seem like an eternity to a soul on the brink, and yet it can pass like a blink of an eye when you ignore my call. Do not delay any longer. Do not say to yourself, I will listen later. There is no later. There is only now. Archangel Michael speaks and his voice rolls like thunder but carries a tenderness that only angels can hold. Beloved, I have fought for you in silence. I have defended you against accusations you never heard. I have lifted your name into the courts of heaven and I have watched as forces plotted your downfall, whispering plans to trip you, to ruin you, to pull you into a pit you did not dig. They have already begun to move. They believe you are unaware. They believe you are alone. But you are not alone. I am here. I am sent. I am warning you because heaven's time and earth's time are about to collide. A door you have kept closed is about to be forced open. You must be awake when it happens. You must be ready. Do not delay anymore. God says, I have chosen you not because you are perfect but because you are mine. Your tears have been counted. Your nights of questioning have been recorded. Even the whispers you spoke when you thought no one listened have been heard. I have not abandoned you. But now you stand at a turning point. A big tragedy moves like a shadow on the horizon. This is not to make you afraid but to open your eyes. The shadow grows larger with every heartbeat, yet within it I have hidden a door of escape, a way of deliverance, a path that only you can step onto because it is carved for your feet alone. But you cannot walk into it if you ignore this message. The enemy of your soul would love for you to scroll past, to dismiss, to say, "This cannot be for me." But this is for you. This is for you now. Archangel Michael's wings blaze in a spectrum of light, each feather a story of battles fought on your behalf. He kneels and places his hand upon the earth, feeling tremors of events moving toward you. You have felt the strange unease, he says. You have sensed the odd coincidences, the dreams that come and leave you unsettled, the moments where someone looked at you and you felt their intentions were hidden. These are not random. These are signals. Heaven has been trying to get your attention because heaven wants you safe. You cannot imagine how much you are loved, how fiercely you are protected, how many times disaster has been delayed because you were prayed for. But the time of delay is ending. The time of choice is here. You must act, you must read, you must open your heart now. God says, "My Spirit moves upon you even as you read." This message is not on your screen by accident. This moment is not a coincidence. There is an alignment in the unseen world right now. Angels are leaning in. Demons are retreating, plotting in the shadows, but they are restrained. My hand hovers above you, ready to guide, ready to shield. But I cannot force you. Love does not force. Love calls. Love warns. Love invites. That is what I am doing now. Hear me, there is a way out of what is coming. There is a way to turn this tragedy into a testimony, this darkness into dawn. But it begins with your yes, your willingness to trust, your willingness to pray, your willingness to open your spirit and believe that these words are not just text, they are a living stream flowing from my heart to yours. Archangel Michael leans closer in the vision and his eyes are full of fire and tears at once. I have seen what they planned for you, he says softly. I have heard the conversations in secret rooms, the deals made to harm you, the words spoken against you, the traps set for your feet. I have struck down many already, but some remain. The greatest weapon against you right now is your own disbelief, your own hesitation. You think you have time, but time is the one thing you do not have. This message will vanish. This window will close. Heaven has dispatched me to tell you plainly, do not delay anymore. Open your eyes, open your heart, open your mouth and pray. Call upon the name that is above every name. Call upon the one who sent me. Call upon the God who loves you. God says, I know the heaviness you feel. I know the sighs you give. I know how many times you thought of giving up. But this is not the end. This is not where your story ends. This is where your story shifts. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. But you must walk with me. You must choose me. You must refuse to let fear write your choices. Let faith rise instead. Let courage rise. Let trust rise. For I am about to reveal to you secrets that have been hidden. I am about to expose people who smiled in your face but plotted behind your back. I am about to show you the truth behind the mask. This will not destroy you, it will deliver you. This will not break you, it will build you. But you must be ready. Archangel Michael's sword flashes, a streak of blue fire. You have been asking for a sign, he says. This is your sign. You have been asking for confirmation. This is your confirmation. You have been saying, God, if you are real, if you see me, if you care, speak to me. This is Him speaking to you. This is me sent to you. We are not here to entertain you. We are here to save you. We are here to call you higher, to call you out, to call you safe. Do not ignore. Do not postpone. Do not think you can come back later. The later you imagine may not exist. This is now. This is the moment. This is your rescue. God says, even now my Spirit is moving upon your household, upon your relationships, upon your finances, upon your health. There are things you cannot see shifting because you are reading this. There are angels moving because you are paying attention. There are curses breaking because you are opening your heart. Do not stop now. Do not stop reading. Do not stop believing. Let me finish what I have started. Let me fight what you cannot fight. Let me warn you because I love you. Archangel Michael stretches his wings around you in this vision like a shelter. Feel the weight of my wings, he says. Feel the nearness of heaven. Feel the urgency. I am not here to frighten you but to awaken you. You have a destiny. You have a calling. You have been chosen. You are not an accident. This tragedy can be turned. This danger can be deflected. But you must believe, you must act, you must pray. God says, listen closely because this moment is not ordinary. It is not random. It is not a casual string of words appearing before your eyes. It is the sound of heaven breaking through the noise of earth to reach you at the very second when the winds of tragedy have begun to stir at the edge of your path. Archangel Michael is standing on your right side even as you read this, his sword of light pressed into the ground, his eyes burning with a mixture of love and warning, and his voice is whispering your name in a tone that trembles the walls of unseen realms. He is saying it is an emergency. He is saying that what has been hidden is about to be revealed. He is saying that you must not delay anymore. He is saying that this message, although it looks like words, is actually a living current of grace moving toward you. God says you are not reading by accident. God says He has been trying to reach you through dreams, through strange feelings, through moments when you thought you heard a whisper but you dismissed it. God says this is your final chance to hear before the sound of the closing door drowns out His warning. God says a big tragedy has been forming, a shadowed shape waiting in the corners of your life, and the enemy who thought you would be distracted forever has been planning this moment. But heaven will not let you walk blind into the snare. God says this is why He sent Michael now. God says this is why your heart is beating faster as you read. God says that within the next minutes the choices you make will determine the path of months and years to come. He is not saying this to frighten you but to awaken you. He is not, God says. Archangel Michael is bending close to you right now, his wings trembling with urgency, his voice whispering like thunder inside your heart. It's an emergency. Listen now, chosen one, because a big tragedy is approaching your path. Do not delay any longer. Every second counts. This message will vanish in 35 seconds from the realm of the unseen, but its echo will remain in your spirit if you open it now. Do not close your heart. Do not hesitate. You have been watched over for so long, and now the hour has struck. The forces of heaven are pressing against the veil of this world, pleading with you to pay attention. Because something is moving toward you that you cannot yet see, but heaven can see it clearly, and Michael is crying out for you to be awake. God says, I have sent this warning not to frighten you but to rescue you. Because you have walked in faith, because you have been called by name, because your soul has been marked as precious and chosen, I am giving you this chance. This is not a game. This is not an accident. The world thinks of coincidences, but I think of divine timings. And now the timing is urgent. A tragedy, a dark wave, is trying to reach you. But if you open this now, if you listen, you will not only be protected but lifted, and you will become a sign to others. Do not doubt what you are reading. This is my spirit moving through these words to call you out of danger. Archangel Michael says, I have stood guard over you since you were born. I have walked into rooms before you ever entered them, clearing away dangers that you never even noticed. I have whispered to your conscience when you almost made decisions that would have broken you. I have stood on thresholds when others came near with wrong intentions. I have wept when you ignored the signs, but I never left you. Yet now something heavier, something darker, is moving quickly. It is like a storm at sea, a wave that seems to appear out of nowhere, and it wants to crash into your life. But heaven has seen it first. Heaven has sounded the alarm. That's why you are reading this. That's why your heart is pounding. That's why there is a strange heat in your chest. It is because I, Michael, am pressing this message toward you, because your Father in heaven will not let you be destroyed if you will listen. God says, the tragedy is not inevitable. The danger is not unstoppable. But the window to act is narrow. Just as in the days when my prophet spoke and the people had only moments to choose, so now you are being given moments to open, to pray, to believe, to shift. You do not need to run physically, but you must turn inward, call on me, and trust me. This message is not for entertainment. This is a rescue rope being thrown to you. If you feel your hands trembling as you read, it is because your soul knows it is true. Take the rope. Call my name. I am here. Archangel Michael says, when I speak of tragedy, I do not speak to terrify you but to pull you away from its path. The darkness planned something against you. People spoke words about you in secret. Someone you once trusted has opened a door to harmful intentions. But I have seen it. I have intercepted it. I am fighting even now. Yet I cannot force you to listen. I cannot drag you out. You must open your heart. You must answer. You must take the steps heaven is whispering. If you do, the tragedy will turn into a testimony. The enemy's plot will collapse. The tears planned for you will be turned into tears of relief and joy. The cries of despair will become cries of victory. God says, remember how many times you were spared before. Remember the nights you thought you would break, and yet you awoke with new strength. Remember the times you were delayed, and later realized you were spared. This is one of those times. Only now, the stakes are higher, the time is shorter. That is why I am sending Michael himself to speak. That is why I am breaking through the noise of the world to send you this word. Because I have written your name in the palm of my hand. Because I have chosen you. Because your destiny is not to be crushed by tragedy but to rise above it and shine. But you must open this now. Archangel Michael says, I am standing at the edge of your future, holding back a shadow with my sword. I am crying out to you because heaven wants to partner with you. Pray now. Speak the name of the Father. Whisper your surrender. Do not delay. Even as you read, the countdown is real, not a clock of fear but a clock of mercy. Heaven's clock. It means the window is open right now. That is why your spirit is stirred. That is why you feel this is not like other messages. That is why there is urgency, as if the words themselves are alive. Because they are alive. Because heaven's breath is moving through them. God says, if you open your mouth right now and say, God, I trust you. Protect me. Show me what to do, you will shift everything. The tragedy will not have the final word. The darkness will stumble. The enemy will retreat. Because my light will break in. Because Michael will fight stronger. Because your angels will surround you. Because I will release power on your behalf. This is the moment. This is the vanishing window. This is the 35-second alarm ringing in your spirit. Archangel Michael says, do not think you are alone. Even now, as you read, angels are entering the room where you are. Even now, a wave of peace is starting to push back the panic. Even now, heaven is aligning circumstances to turn what was meant for harm into something that will elevate you. But only if you will open, trust, and speak. Do not scroll away. Do not shut the door. Do not tell yourself it is coincidence. Listen to the trembling inside you. It is your spirit agreeing with heaven. God says, I have seen the tears you cried secretly. I have heard the prayers you whispered when you thought no one could hear. I have felt the pain you tried to hide. I have watched the betrayals. I have counted the nights. And I have not forgotten you. That is why this warning is also a promise. If you will receive it, you will be lifted. You will be shielded. You will be saved. You will see with your own eyes how I turn what was meant to break you into the moment that reveals me in your life. But you must not delay. You must not ignore. You must open now. Archangel Michael says, I see the faces of those plotting, but I also see the face of God looking at you. His face is brighter. His love is stronger. His plan is greater. The tragedy will not destroy you if you answer this call. Heaven is already moving. But I need you to move with us. Pray. Believe. Open. This is the key. God says, listen to me now, chosen one, because the time for hesitation is over. You have been searching for a sign, you have been asking for a confirmation, and this is it. Archangel Michael stands beside you even as you read these words. He is whispering to you that a big tragedy is approaching, but the tragedy is not sent to destroy you, it is sent to reveal the hidden. This is the moment you were told about in your dreams, the moment when everything concealed will be uncovered. You have felt the heaviness in your spirit, you have noticed the trembling in your heart. That was not imagination. That was me calling you, saying that what is hidden in darkness will soon be brought to light. Archangel Michael says it's an emergency because your life is at a turning point. The choices you make in the next few moments will shift your destiny. Do not delay anymore. The message will vanish quickly, but if you receive it now and open your heart to it, you will not cry desperately later. You will stand under my covering and you will be safe. As you read, a stirring rises inside you. That stirring is my spirit bearing witness with your spirit that this is truth. Even the smallest decision today carries eternal weight. I am not telling you this to frighten you. I am telling you this to awaken you. For too long, you have been surrounded by voices that wanted to lull you into sleep, to make you ignore the signals, to make you doubt the guidance. But now, the alarms in heaven are ringing. Archangel Michael's trumpet is lifted. He has been stationed at the edge of your situation for months, waiting for my command to intervene, and now I have commanded him to speak. His voice reaches you through these words, urging you to stop delaying, urging you to act, urging you to pray, urging you to watch, because the window is narrow and closing. You have felt like something was pressing against your life, an invisible pressure you could not name. That is because the forces opposed to your destiny have sensed that your time of revelation is near. They have increased their activity. They have plotted. They have schemed. They have whispered lies about you. But in the midst of all their plans, I am still God. I see all things. I know all things. I control all things. And I am speaking to you now because my covering over you is real. Nothing that was planned to harm you will succeed if you listen to my voice. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, your cries at night have reached heaven. The tears you have shed in silence were not unseen. You have prayed, God, show me the truth. God, if something is hidden from me, reveal it." And heaven has heard you. The hidden plans are about to be exposed. A person you trusted has been keeping a secret. They have tried to place a stumbling block in your path. They thought they could hide it forever. They thought you would never know. But your Father in heaven is exposing them. This is not a joke. This is not an empty warning. This is the moment when masks fall off, when disguises are removed, when you finally see who was for you and who was against you. The tragedy that is approaching is not meant to crush you. It is meant to clear the way for your elevation. If you obey the instruction you are receiving right now, if you open this message not only with your eyes but with your heart, you will be preserved, and you will be lifted to a place no one can touch you. Even as these words pour over you, your spirit senses the weight. Something inside you is telling you this is not ordinary. This is not another message you can scroll past. There is a time stamp on this revelation. It is urgent because heaven is shifting things on your behalf. What you could not see is being shown to you. What you could not move is being moved for you. The invisible hand of God is on your life. The angels have already gone ahead of you to clear the path. But they cannot override your free will. They can warn you. They can urge you. They can protect you to the edge of your obedience. But they cannot make the decision for you. That is why this moment feels so heavy. This is why you feel like the words are echoing in your chest. Because it is decision time. It is alignment time. It is the time to open your eyes fully. The delay has already cost you enough. Do not let it cost you more. God says, I am bringing a divine reversal. I am bringing a sudden turnaround. The very thing that was sent to harm you will be the platform for your testimony. But you must act quickly. You must align quickly. You must stop second-guessing your intuition, because that intuition is my spirit alerting you. Archangel Michael has been instructed to stand at your door. He has been instructed to keep watch over you tonight. But you must pray. You must speak the words I have given you. You must say, God, I receive your covering. God, I receive your warning. God, I trust your timing. If you will do that, you will feel the atmosphere shift. You will feel peace descend even in the midst of the warning. Because my purpose is not to scare you. My purpose is to prepare you. Even now, as these words flow, the tragedy trying to come your way is already weakening. The plans of those who plotted against you are unraveling. Their networks are collapsing. Their whispers are being exposed. A document they wanted to hide will be revealed. A conversation they wanted to keep secret will be uncovered. They will be shocked that you know. They will be stunned that you survived. Because they underestimated the God you serve. They underestimated the angels at your side. They underestimated the prayer you prayed in the dark. But heaven did not underestimate you. Heaven has called you. Heaven has marked you. Heaven has decided that you will live and not die, that you will rise and not fall, that you will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Archangel Michael says, Beloved, I have guarded you since you were a child. You may not have seen me, but I have been with you in the hospital rooms, in the dangerous journeys, in the nights you could not sleep. I have fought for you when you did not know how to fight. And now I am fighting for you again. But I need you to listen. I need you to heed the warning. I need you to stop delaying. This message is vanishing even as you read it, but its truth will remain if you take it into your heart. Act. Pray. Align. Because the window is closing but grace is still here. You are not alone. You are not forsaken. You are not unprotected. You are chosen. You are loved. You are guarded. And you will be delivered. God says, take these words seriously. Let them sink deep. Do not push them aside. I am sending you a rescue before the storm. I am sending you a shield before the arrow. I am sending you a light before the darkness. This is that light. This is that shield. This is that rescue. Receive it, and you will walk through the coming days with confidence. Reject it, and you will walk blind. But I believe you will receive. I believe you will open. I believe you will stand. God says, Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency, there is no time to hesitate, You who are reading this are standing at the edge of a moment that will decide everything. A big tragedy has been forming like a silent storm behind the curtains of your life, and now it is pressing closer, 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 its shadow falling across your path even as you read these words. You feel the weight of it without knowing what it is. You feel a vibration in your chest, a trembling in your spirit, because heaven is trying to reach you, because heaven knows how close you are to the breaking point, and because heaven also knows how quickly everything can change if you listen right now, before the message vanishes, before the moment closes, before the door is shut and you are left crying desperately, wondering why you didn't open your heart when it was still possible. God says, you are not reading these words by accident. You were drawn here, you were pulled here, angels were whispering around you, you kept feeling a nudge, you didn't know why your eyes were restless, why your soul was restless, why you kept scrolling, searching, waiting for something. But now you are here and heaven is pouring out a warning, a plea, a promise, a rescue plan. God says, this is not a normal moment. Archangel Michael says, I have stood at your side through nights when you thought you were alone. I have fought battles for you that you did not even know existed. I have kept the arrows from reaching your heart. I have stood between you and the things that wanted to destroy you. But now, the attack is bigger, the plan is deeper, the tragedy is heavier, and you must act, you must pray, you must listen, you must open your spirit, you must not delay. God says, my child, I saw the traps being laid for you long before you knew they existed. I saw the conversations held in secret. I saw the intentions hidden behind smiles. I saw the hands moving behind the curtains. And I saw how you tried to keep your heart pure even when others did not. Heaven has not been blind to your tears. Heaven has not been deaf to your prayers. Heaven has watched you struggle, waiting for the moment to intervene, waiting for the moment when you would be ready to believe again, waiting for the moment when your spirit would cry out and say, God, save me, one more time. This is that moment. This is the thin space between disaster and deliverance. This is the 35 seconds before everything shifts. Archangel Michael says, the tragedy is not just an event, it is a chain, a web, a network of intentions that has been moving toward you for a long time. It may look like chance, but it is not chance. It may look like coincidence, but it is not coincidence. It may look like random chaos, but it is a pattern, a design, an attempt to crush your destiny. But heaven says, you were not born to be crushed. You were born to stand. You were born to shine. You were born to rise even when others fall. That is why this warning has reached you. That is why you are hearing my voice in your spirit even as your eyes read these words. That is why your heart is pounding faster, your hands trembling slightly, because your spirit knows this is real.